question wasn't, will you change party? Or will you ever change party? The question was, are you leaving APGA? Because at the time, people thought I was leaving APGA. And I said, no, I don't need to jump from here. That is not necessary. I'm going to leave you with two quotes, and I'm going to add another one. You know, one of the most famous leaders of United Kingdom to today is Churchill. And when he was changing parties, people were, oh, you've changed from this person. And his quote and position is, some men change parties because of their principles. Some others change their principles for the sake of their party.
So for you,
for
long-term president,
for stability, I will not stay a day with a gun in my head longer than 4 years. What we have now is only 2 years that somebody used to borrow more than all the previous government put together. It's only 2 years that Nigeria have entered into the 100th country of the world. A president of Nigeria can stay in Abuja and 200 people die in Jos or in Niger or in Benue, and you're still sitting here.
So what would you do? What would you do differently?
When you go to theater of war, you know how to contribute. So they failed in everything. I said, Ukraine that is at war is donating grain to Nigeria. Look at what happened to us with our farmers. Instead of intervening when there was a crisis, we went to import food, killed all the farmers. You were asking me about leaving APGA. The question wasn't, will you change party? Or will you ever change party? The question was, are you leaving APGA? Because at the time, people thought I was leaving APGA. And I said, no, I don't need to jump from here. That is not necessary. I'm going to leave you with two quotes, and I'm going to add another one. You know, one of the most famous leaders of United Kingdom to today is Churchill. And when he was changing parties, people were, oh, you've changed from this person. And his quote and position is, some men change parties because of their principles. Some others change their principles for the sake of their party.
So for you,
for me,
are you moving because of principle?
Yes,
or because of the existence of
no, because of my principle. Because I've been in a system where you can see that it's no longer what you believe in, what you want to practice, and I'll go to elucidate them. But before I elucidate that, I need to also quote Raleigh Odinga. He said, party is a vehicle to your destination. And if you find out that the vehicle which you are in is no longer headed to your destination, you have to change the vehicle and follow the one that heads to your destination.
So in essence, NDC will take
Let me give you an example. No, it's not just that it's going to take me. People have asked, you left APGA. I said one day, the stories of why I left different parties will be in the open. I left APGA because I was forced to leave. I left BDP because of my principles. You cannot say you're going to a destination, but the process of going there have compromised your principle. Okay, the process through which people get to anywhere is far more fundamental than what they do thereafter. do with my candidacy.
No, I want
I'm
it
not,
to
no,
be down to
don't
your
localize
candidacy.
it. I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. Not desperate at all. I've never been found in desperation. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. I'm desperate to see a society where a child of nobody can be somebody without knowing anybody.
So the young people, let's come back to that.
Not just
What are you
young.
going to do? What are you going to do for them?
I'm going to support small businesses. Because young people, that's where they're domiciled. They are the owners of small businesses. Imagine empowering and supporting over 40 million small businesses to even employ one person. You change Nigeria. Okay. It's not going to be overnight, but they could see it. They could feel it. I came from the financial institution, so I can direct them on how to support them financially, where government will intervene, what we're going to do. Look at what happened to us with our farmers. Instead of intervening when there was a crisis, we went to import food, killed all the farmers.
Okay, so then what about women? What are you going to do about women?
Oh, I said it every day. You cannot completely condemn an action of a minor or somebody who is an agent of a bigger body.
So
what is happening in INEC today? Yes. What is happening in INEC today?
INEC is an agent of the president?
Yes, completely. Whatever he's doing today, he's acting the script written by the man who employed him. Let me tell you.
So if you were president, would you remove INEC and make it independent?
Don't talk about independence. Nothing is independent of the president. It's because that's why.
But if you were the president, would you make it truly independent?
I want to give you an example.
Okay.
When Yar'Adua was the president of Nigeria, we in Abga had problem, and I went to him as the president. He called the then INEC chairman and said, "I told you, I don't want problem. I've told Nigerians that the process which I came into office, I'm not happy with. And I'm willing to fix it." That is the leader. Kade, go and say today, I will never participate knowingly in doing the wrong thing. In a political space, we will not rig election. I want a strong opposition so they can criticize me. Kade, 8 years of being governor, in my first tenure, I had 30 members of House of Assembly from another party. 3 senators.
You're confident that you have chosen the right person to be your vice president?
Well, it should be a team.
A team member. You
see, when people talk about vice president, ministers, remember the Constitution said a minister shall represent a state. They are part of the team. Is this mentality of I'm president, he's vice, he's a minister? No. As governor, we were a team. That's why me and my people remain like this today. Nobody was behaving as if I'm the governor. You should come and see me. No, my doors are open. For every commissioner, it will be open. If I'm president today, it will be open to you. Because I want to listen to you. I want to listen to these young people and know what they want. The job of a leader is learning and listening. Because if you listen, you do the right thing.
All right.
I go to the people. That's why I said, I'll do a tour. I want to go to Jos, for example. Spend 2 days listening to the leaders and why we have this problem there.
When are you going to do that? When you get into office? When are you going to have 4 years?
No. You have enough time. Where is your president today? He's spending 2 weeks outside. The same 2 weeks can be spent 3 days in job. Okay. 3 weeks. He goes out for 3 weeks. Assuming he's going to states, he cannot stay more than 7 states, 3 days. Your president traveled out of 365 days, 192 days. 192 days divided by 3. 3 days. How many is it? Just use 180. Let's say half of the year. There. half, 180 days. Divide 3 is 60. How many states do we have? 36. You have more than enough time.
More than enough time.
More than enough time. I told all local governments.
Okay. All right, Mr. Peter Obi.